Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Bitcoin update. Is the correction over for Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin go upwards from the price region it's just bottomed out at? Look at the screen right now. I'm going to show you. We came downwards on Bitcoin. We tested 69K. Do we break the 72K resistance now? Do we go upwards from here and break all-time highs on top of that? That is the question we're going to try answer today. And at the very least, we're going to give you a good overview over what's happened and what is likely and unlikely to happen next. So lots to look at. Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart, Bitcoin dominance, okay? A lot of the monthly charts, weekly charts, big things to look into today. Before we get into the actual content itself, go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram. We trade altcoins on Telegram 4 to 5 times a week with a 77.51% win rate over the course of 18 months. We also have a group chat available with that membership so you can discuss the market 24/7 with other traders, get their insights, share your ideas, share your trades. It's good overall. So check that out down below. Let's get into the content here today. Now, I want to start by informing you of how important the red rectangle on the screen is right here. That is the resistance block that Bitcoin is facing well and truly. It stands between around 71.2K and around 72K. I can't nail it down to a specific price, but that is a vague resistance level. And if we zoom back to prior price action on Bitcoin, for example, we go to the 4-hourly chart, we can see very, very clearly, even through Bitcoin's price action in the Bitcoin chart alone with no further analysis, which we will do, and we can see very clearly this red box has acted as resistance, support, resistance, resistance over here, support briefly, resistance over here. It has been a major level throughout the entirety of this range. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. So flipping back to a daily chart, now that we've established the importance of that 71.2K to 72K level, we can also see we have major support zones. We have one support zone here horizontally. I'll make it a blue level so you can see it. That's the 67K level. That is the level that acted as kind of a neckline to our inverted head and shoulders pattern that we had recently, that we broke to the upside from, as predicted on this YouTube channel. So that's our horizontal support. But as you can see, we have a bunch of separate diagonal support lines as well. We have this support line right here, another one here, another one here, another one here. I'm going to go ahead and delete a few of them for now, okay? Because there's one specific line that's extremely relevant right now that I'm looking at very, very closely. It's the one remaining on the screen. It's this yellow diagonal ascending support line. Why is that an important line? Well, it's very simple. You can probably see on the screen right now. It's an important line because it stems from back here, but it also comes right through to the current price action, and we can see clean retests on that yellow line. Let's flip into the the shorter term charts. We've got the 15-minute chart here. The yellow line on the screen is the same line I just showed you here on the daily chart. We can see 3 separate nice flips of that line, nice bounces each time, and also a potential double bottom formation here. This is great news because when you get above a line, this line, remember, acted as resistance. This was a resistance line, okay? We've gotten above it, we've come back down, we've flipped it, and we're flipping it for support. That is great because that builds that line as a support line when previously it was a resistance line, and it gives Bitcoin extra confidence to potentially bounce from that price region. And given the fact that we have support there, which is currently at around 69K, and our resistance is around 71 to 72K, we are in a very tight range for Bitcoin. So not only does this mean that Bitcoin's in a good position to potentially bounce here, it also means that Bitcoin is clamped within a 4% range, and so that a bounce will happen very soon rather than later. The extensive consolidation, extensive corrections that we've seen throughout this range are unlikely to persist here. We're likely to see a move in a short period of time. I would say personally, we will be making a move here either down below this yellow line to a lower support zone such as 67K, which is, in my opinion, the unlikely scenario, but it's certainly on the table still, or breaking above 72K. I would say either of those scenarios will be playing out within the next 5 days. I don't think that Bitcoin can spend too much time consolidating here, maybe 5 days if we're being safe. Let's say maybe a week, but I would expect it to happen within 5 days. Now, I am a little bit bullish on Bitcoin here. Of course, I'm macro bullish on Bitcoin. That's a given. I've always been macro bullish on Bitcoin. But there are a few signs here that are showing me that Bitcoin is in a position to bounce right here from this yellow line. I'm not certain of it. I'm not extremely confident of it, but it certainly is what's being indicated by the charts right now. Not only do we have it on the short-term price action, But if we flip into the Ethereum chart, we see something very interesting. Ethereum has a resistance level at 3,700, okay? So 3,700, so the red line on the screen. We broke the structure to the upside on Ethereum in a very similar fashion to how Bitcoin broke its inverted head and shoulders pattern, okay? So Ethereum had a structure, Bitcoin had a structure, they both broke at the same times, and they both tested relative levels at the same time. So 3,700 on Ethereum is very similar to Bitcoin's 72K to 71.3K. Okay, so this red rectangle on Bitcoin is very similar to Ethereum's 3,700 level. Why is Ethereum above that level? It's above that level because Ethereum moved much stronger than Bitcoin on that recent move, okay? And that's reflected in Bitcoin dominance taking a bit of a dive in that recent move for Bitcoin. Okay, so what we've got here, and again, furthermore, this 37K level was tested for resistance on April 9th. The Bitcoin level was tested for resistance on April 9th as well. So there's a lot of evidence stacking up to confirm that this level at 3,700 for Ethereum is the relative level to Bitcoin's major resistance block at 71.2 to 72K. Furthermore, the reason I'm bringing this up, right, is because Ethereum right now is flipping that level for support. Now, it's not done it yet, and I'm not confident that I'm not particularly confident that it will succeed in doing that. But right now, the evidence is there that we have a flip of support. We have a flip of support happening right now. And we also have some sort of bullish pennant formation, potentially bullish pennant formation. It may have broken. Let me go ahead and double check here. No, we've still got it for support. It depends on how you draw it realistically. So again, I'm not confident in anything in this particular price region, but the point is we've got some sort of bullish structure potentially forming. And even if we don't, we're still on top of this support level, this vague support level at 3,700. You can even move it down a bit further to draw it in there. The point is we have a potential flip of support on Ethereum, okay, at the relative level to Bitcoin's upper resistance level, while Bitcoin is also flipping support on a major support line as well. So all of this is leading us to believe that, look, the market's looking good. This pump we've seen was great. It was very strong. It wasn't unhealthy at all. It wasn't exhaustive at all. And the reason we can gather that is because during this pump, we saw no signs of exhaustion. But even now, after the pump is completed, in the correction we have seen after the pump, we've actually seen potentially healthy bottoming formations start to form. Look, even if the bottom is in here, let me just clarify, even if the bottom isn't right here on this yellow ascending line, I do still expect Bitcoin to be in a healthy position. As long as Bitcoin is above, and this is what I said yesterday, I'll say it again, okay? As long as Bitcoin is above 67K and that rough price region, the medium term is the same. All right, this yellow line, although it's promising as a potential bottom, means nothing on a medium-term level. What matters on the medium-term level is the level that just acted as a medium-term resistance zone for weeks on end, which was, again, this 67K level. It acted as resistance for weeks on end. If we lose that level again, we're dropping below the resistance zone we just flipped for support. That is bad news. Until that happens, the medium-term is still intact. But even the short term right now, as I've just explained, is seeing great signs. Right now as well, we have Bitcoin dominance finding strong support on a white line. It will be interesting to see what happens there. I'm going to wait a bit longer before I get too deep into the Bitcoin dominance charts. I'm going to make a dedicated video on altcoin season and Bitcoin dominance in relation to altcoins very, very shortly once we see the result of this. We can also see Bitcoin dominance in the weekly chart finding support on a white line here as well. That's a potential bounce zone as well. Eventually, we will break that white line downwards like we've done in previous bull markets, which will trigger a confirmed altcoin season. But until that happens, the trend is your friend until it ends. And the trend right now is this line leads to bounces. And obviously, Bitcoin dominance bouncing at this stage of the cycle is synonymous with Bitcoin bouncing. And that's why looking at Bitcoin dominance finding support on the price chart and on the RSI, and looking at Bitcoin finding short-term support as well as Ethereum potentially finding support here as well, all of that does kind of lead one to believe that a bounce here is likely and potentially the bottom of this correction might be in. But again, this is all probability-wise. I wouldn't say I'm overly confident in it. I'm just saying that Bitcoin's in a healthy position. It's seeing good signs. Ultimately, if we're looking at what matters, because these short-term levels don't mean anything, what matters are the medium-term levels and the long-term levels. The medium-term level, again, being 67K in that rough price region. As long as we're above that, we're golden. And the other medium-term level being this red block here as resistance. And then, of course, the long-term level being down here at 57K, which we really wouldn't want to be seeing retested again. But if it broke, that would be the end, in my opinion, of this bull market and a very, very strong selling signal. We can also see very clearly that the 71.2K to 72K level on Bitcoin is not only a horizontal level on Bitcoin, it's also a very important macro level because we have the highest ever monthly candle close. Again, the highest ever monthly candle close Bitcoin has ever seen ever acted right in that 71.2K price region. We have the monthly candle closing in 9 days. So it would be absolutely exceptional if Bitcoin could close a monthly candle above that price region to confirm a macro breakout. We also have the highest weekly candle ever. Again, monthly candle and weekly candle. The highest weekly candle ever at 71.3K. And that weekly candle is closing in 4 days. So again, it would be exceptional if Bitcoin could close above that weekly candle level. So realistically, closing above 71.3K in 4 days would be great because that would confirm the weekly close, and closing above 71.3K in 9 days as well would be great because that would confirm the monthly close. And both of those closes would be the highest closes we've ever seen, which would be great for the macro and exponentially bullish, and also would only occur really if we saw a breakout above this red rectangle, or at least threaten to break out above the red rectangle. So look, everything's looking good right now. That's the conclusion. Basically, everything's looking healthy. Everything's looking good. There is a potential bottom forming here. If it doesn't form here, it's not the end of the world. We can go a bit lower, but right now everything is on track, and there's really not much to be concerned about here on the charts. At least nothing confirmed to be concerned about on the charts here. So I thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please go ahead and check out the BitTorrent exchange. It's global, non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world. Takes 30 seconds to sign up. With my referral link down below, you get access to this exchange with exclusive rewards up to 5,000 USDT in rewards, and also a 15% trading fee discount for life. Okay, so check out this exchange. You're going to want to do that with my link down below. If you want alternative exchanges, you don't like this one for some reason, I've also got BingX and I've got BitGet down there. You can take your pick out of those three. But yeah, get on one of those if you want to, with my links down below. Also, the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader course, teaching people how to trade. We've got a bull market sale right now to celebrate that bull market and give people an opportunity to learn how to trade for themselves in time for the massive gains that are potentially to come here. And then finally, again, the VIP group on Telegram. We discussed that at the start of the video, altcoin trading signals. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.